place to be, right now, in the place to be, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, in the place to be, 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 ladies and gentlemen. We have no choice but to do this to you one more time. And this time, we're about to hit you with the trick of technology. Come on, foundation. Come on. Funk, we drop. You see, the culture is the truth. We only came here to just get loose. Catch it up, that funk that we produce.
Finished work a little bit late, so hopped on the bike, and it took me about an hour to set it up the night before. Hop on the bike after work, and I'm out to find a place to spend the night. Sit down somewhere pleasant. I may get up onto the Quantocks, but I've got a feeling I completely messed up sunset time. My watch was telling me 9 o'clock, and in fact it's just after 8 o'clock. So yeah, I'm behind the curve now, so I'm not sure I'm going to get up onto Exmoor, and I want to get set up before it gets dark if I can. So I found a spot, I think, just beforehand on a nice little reservoir. So I'll set up there, hopefully, if there's a spot that I'm discreet and out of the way and no one can see me. But anyway, it's been a lovely evening. I've stopped off and got some supplies in this little 10-litre rucksack thing I've got, which folds away into hardly anything. So I've got a few bits in there. Got some dinner to cook up, going the right way, yep. And got my bivvy, sleeping bag. Let's see how it goes. Permit holders only.
Now can you understand we like to jam on that? Super DJ. Yeah.
It's the issue with while camping is that technically they're big fish jumping. Technically it's not legal under civil law, which means that if you get found and you get asked to leave, you gotta leave. There's nowhere in the UK that you can wild camp except in Scotland and on Dartmoor, because everything else is private land. So this is Wessex Water, so a water company, a reservoir. Maybe we'll catch something jumping out the water. But it's a beautiful little spot, and I sort of snuck in here. Did you see that? And again. But yeah, so it's private property, but I'm going to turn up here. I'm going to keep discreet, keep out of the way. I'm going to pitch late, just before dark, first light. I'm going to get up and get out of here. I'm going to leave no mess. If I find any rubbish, I'll take that with me, but I'm not going to disturb anything. Anyway, I've snuck in here. I want to go and have a quick look around, make sure there's nothing too close to me. Yeah, so nothing up there, it just goes round to the corner. So this is pretty discreet. There's no houses nearby. I don't think I'm going to piss anyone off. The exit is just there. I can hear any cars coming. What a beautiful spot. Right. So I'm going to pitch my bivvy. What the hell is that? Pitch my bivvy at the last, just before it gets dark. I'll get some food on now. Get some food, have a cuppa, have a can of beer this time. But unfortunately, they only sold them in blocks of 4. So I have to carry that all the way up here. Anyway, so these little bags are brilliant. There you go. It's got a few bits and bits and bobs in there and some water, which is a bit silly because I got my filter, so I could have just got some water down there and filtered it. But yeah, 10 litres. It packs into a minute little bag, really good. And then any rubbish and things like that. So just before you get to your stop for the night, you find somewhere to grab some stuff, grab some food, chuck it in here, stick it on your back, go wherever you're going to go, and then in the morning put all your rubbish in there, clear your site, and dump it like that. Quite handy. Okay, so the kit I brought out with me is bivvy, which I'll set up in a minute, hopefully just before it gets dark, and show you that. So it's a hooped bivvy, which I really love, but for a one-nighter these are great. For trying to be a little bit discreet, they're great. Thermarest mat, which is kind of essential, one of my favourite bits of kit. Sleeping bag, that's a Sea to Summit, one I took out to Wales. Really lightweight, but yeah, summer only. Toiletries, things like that, toilet paper, all that sort of stuff, little miniature stuff, sun cream, pretty much everything I need in there. What I don't have though is a little mini shovel, but I'm not going to do anything horrible around here because it looks such a beautiful place. I could not do that. So anyway, so I need a little shovel. Something to get into. And this evening, little torch. I've got a head torch as well in there, which I'll have next to me. I don't know really why I brought this. I've got head torch is fine. Little cappuccinos. They're great. A body warmer, just in case it does get a little bit cold. And I've got something for my arms. A little loomy stick. Not particularly discreet. I might. I don't know. I'll see if it still works. It's probably about 10 years old. Just a little bit of foil to pack around my cook kit. Yeah, so I use this one for this cook kit, and for my bigger cook kit, I've got a dedicated something spork. Now, I bought this about 20 years ago. I just found it about 20-30 years ago. I found it in the bottom of a drawer in the garage. So I thought, right, it's quite heavy. I'll have a look at it, but I hope I don't need it. One of these, which is a cup, which just all folds out like that, pops out. Brilliant. I haven't tried that before. Cooks out, which I'll show you in a second. Water filter. So in here I have I think it's called a soya squeeze. Right, here we go. So soya squeeze. Not the mini or the micro or there are other ones, but this has a decent flow rate. Platypus bag, which will screw on, so dirty water will go into here, clean water squirts out, goes into my bottle. Have a look at the cook kit in a sec. That's what we're having tonight. Spicy sausage and pasta. There we go. Right, let's get some cooking going. Okay, cook kit. I got one of these. Arrived today. Brilliant. Little scrubber for cleaning up afterwards. A couple of lighters. I could use flints, I suppose, which I've got at home, but I just thought I'd bring the lighters. Little mini stoves that screws onto the gas. A couple of things in case I need to start a real fire. A couple of candles in case I need to hold some flame for a little bit. And then in there I got a Primus 100-gram gas canister. All set ready. Let's get some stew on. Someone just pulled up there in a car, so I'm just going to keep quiet, keep out of the way. But I got a cappuccino. Had my food, cappuccino, finished my beer, and then it'll be dark in about 15 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, hopefully, they'll pucker off, and I can get my bivvy out and get ready to have some kit.
Yo, hey, Skills. What's up, crafty cuts? Are you ready to rock this joint? Yeah, let's set it off. Okay then, let's rock it. Let's rock.
Here we go. Not the best of nights, I'll be honest. All the wildlife around here decided that they were going to come and pay me a visit, so I had a load of deer ran through here, jumping over my bivvy, scared the daylights out of me. I was just about to get a torch on to see his eyes disappearing off into the... there was a fox who was barking over there somewhere, and he slowly made his way up, and he ended up about here barking away until I started shouting at him. Loads of little creatures making really distinct little noises. Every time I shone my torch out, they were gone. Well, there was nothing there, and then turn the light off. 5 seconds later, they're off again. There was an owl who sat up there who I think was snoring. Yeah, he's got a snoring problem. So that went on. Anyway, a couple of hours sleep. But it was pretty warm in there. The snag is I'm on a bit of a slope here. It's too much of a slope, and I've never really slept on a slope with one of those blow-up beds and just sliding down through the night. I've normally had, a long time ago, used to have the foam ones. But there we go. Alright, get some breakfast, get a cappuccino, and pack up and get going. Alright, that's me done. Left no trace, so my site is all nice and clean. I've got the rubbish on my back in the bag that I had for the shopping. Can dump that just up the road, another place, and then in a bin, and then yeah, roll that little bag up, which is a brilliant bit of kit. So off to Taunton now. Got to be there for 10 o'clock, and then for a little bit, and then straight home. I was going to do, what bird is that? I have no idea. I was going to do a ride with someone I met, a guy called Blair, on who's with Audax Bristol, who I met on a ride once. He's heading up over the Ridgeway, but I just couldn't get out of work in time, and I need to be in Taunton. He's been in Taunton for 10, so that couldn't make that. So Blair, I hope you had a better night's sleep than I did. Right. So, off we go, all packed up, ready to go. Actually, I should have come here last night. I could have got fire going, got somewhere to sit, and they got toilets nearby, and it's legit, kinda. Whereas the reservoir was not really legit. Yeah, should have come here, but I'm going to try this again sometime, I reckon, before the winter. Go out in the autumn, and I'll get a fire going and stay here the night. And I'll take a lot less kit, half the kit, and then I can do some of the trails up in the forest. Ideal.
Yeah, let's set it off. Okay then, let's rock it. Let's rock, 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 rock.
Right, Crocombe Hill. This is one of the top 100 climbs in the UK, and it's one of the hardest ratings, I think. It's nasty, real nasty. I would never ride this bike up this, never. Even with a normal bike lightweight, I think you're going to be struggle. I think I can just about make it on a lightweight bike. Anyway, 25%. I better get both hands on the brakes. I'll tell you what I have done different to the bike is put these clip-on bars on. I've got massive spacers on. I think they're 50 mil, something like that. 40 mil, I don't know. Big spacers on. But so it's not as aero as my other spacers, but and they're really good for comfort. They get your weight forward, so they shift the weight on your butt if you want to ease a little bit of pressure, get a bit more weight onto your arms. Very comfy. At that height they're really comfortable. What I also do, if I'm climbing, I can just hold on to the pads here and then sit more upright, and again just allows you to shift some of your weight around. Yeah, really comfortable. Any long distance, and that's what I want to be using really. I've only got these on because I made an attempt at a 24-hour loop. Didn't last very long. I was not feeling very well when I set off, and then I started in the heat. It was at 31 degrees. There's a hell of a sea breeze coming in, and I just got worse and worse, and I got about 6 hours in, and that was it. So I need to try that again. Anyway, that's why these are on here. I just couldn't be bothered to take them off for this trip.
Yeah, that's all right, but we gotta get a little more funky up in here. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna do it like this. Dr. Luke, bring back the funk. Yes. Crafty cuts, bring back the funk. That's something. Watch how we go down like this. A skills, bring back the funk. I love it.
Through Taunton, now back on home turf, 3 miles from home. Yeah, I like the setup. These clip-on bars are brilliant. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them, even though they're quite high up. They are really comfy and make a world of difference, particularly on the saddle. Just being able to shift my weight forward. You can pull up on the front of them, and that takes a lot of weight off your arse end. So they're really good. Yeah, the gas cook set, I want that taken on it. I think that has definitely got its limitations, because where you can get your gas from. In my cook pot can only fit 100 gram canister. I can't fit a 230 in there. I need a bigger cook pot, which I don't want because that's big enough. So I've got it's a 700 mil cook set, which is perfect for everything I need. Yeah, that gas went down reasonably quick, I think. I prefer the alcohol. It's lighter, easier to get the fuel, just less control, that's all, but I don't mind that. Yeah, so that's a little trip out. Finish work, just do something a bit different, chuck some bags on, head up, camp the night somewhere, cruise back. No rush at all. Quality bike ride rather than just doing it for the miles. But I do need to do more fitness riding. So going out and actually smashing out 30 miles with a lot of effort. I need to do more of that, but I much prefer this. Looking for quality time on the bike rather than miles on the bike. I really enjoyed it, that's for sure. Do more of these. The location I chose, finding a location to wild camp is quite tricky. It's got to be discreet. That one wasn't great. A lot of wildlife there, which really did keep me awake. I think the second spot, the picnic area, was ideal. I'll do that one again down the line. Anyway, so that's it. Another little adventure complete.